Hey, what is up guys, this is Cobb. Welcome to another 2-month-old account here, this one owned by Mr. Ziegler7. And in this video we're going to be talking all about a bunch of champions that should be maxed up as soon as possible on this account. Dude, this account is stacked, can I just say? For such a young account, this account is doing crazy well in terms of champion collection. Insane progress. Oh my god, dude. The Cold Hat, the Geo, the maxed up Ruella. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and just move a bunch of these champions that we're very likely to build teams with into our main collection. Just so that, I mean, there might be some more that we add as well. But yeah, this account is looking stacked as hell. The champion builds, for the most part, are also looking pretty good. And so I won't be spending too long talking about champion builds, but there are some that we are going to touch up. The Geo's accuracy is a little low. So's the kills, but good stats on the kill, to be honest. Nice attack, good crit rate, crit damage is fine, you know, it's serviceable for a 2-month-old account. Looking pretty damn good in terms of builds across most champions, I think. Apart from the Sir Nicholas, I did notice that he's rocking some crit damage gloves and so has pretty respectable crit damage on the Sir Nick, but like no crit rate, which is not a good combo, needless to say. So we've got some champion rebuilding to do, but Ziegler is mostly looking for help in the dungeons, because even though he has this incredible champion roster to work with, he's stuck on a lot of like stage 13, stage 14 in the dungeons and is struggling to progress. So we're going to be helping out with that, as well as a little bit of Demon Lord clan boss talk as well. So buckle up boys, it's going to be a damn good one. And hey man, if you're looking to get involved in this account takeover series yourself, the best way you can do that is kickstart a new raid account using my beginner promo link down below at the top of the video description box. Creating a new account with that link is going to get you off to an incredible start on maybe your second account or third account for some of you absolute psychos out there. A new free-to-play adventure, something like that, you'll be jumpstarting your new account with 4 free epic champions and getting yourself a priority pass to get involved in this account takeover series. So hell, if you do that and you want to get involved in the account takeover series, make sure to go ahead and join my Discord server, which is down below in the description box as well, and then make a post in the account takeover submissions channel for a chance of getting involved in the series. So first things first, we got to take care of this gosh darn Nicholas's build, man. Is he actually fully booked up? Okay, yeah, we are actually booking the Nicholas as well, so we are actually finding some use for him in some areas of the game. So I'm just going to go ahead and whip up a build for Nick here. Okay. And this is a little bit more like it, I believe. We've got some items here that we are going to have to roll up as well, so I'll get to that in just a second. In fact, this is due right now. I've been given permission on this account to go a little bit ham, and there is an artifact enhancement event active as well, so we're just going to go ahead, rank up these boots. We hit both flat stats as the substats, which is obviously not great. We're also going to be stealing some gear off of some other guys as well. But yeah, we just need to, roll these up. We've tried to get the Nick as close towards 100% crit rate as we can. He settled as about 88%. That'll do for now. A bit more crit damage. Good. We're trying to keep his HP fairly high as to where it is right now. We can also roll up the amulet as well to 16. We've got no better option for this amulet anyway, so we'll go ahead and take this one up. Crit damage, good stuff, good improvement. Very nice. I guess I'll leave things here for now. We could just roll up this shield. Bit of HP, accuracy, crit. Some possible really good rolls here, man. Some possible good rolls here, man. For a 2-month-old account, this is a darn good shield. I think I'm pretty fine to go ahead and roll this up too. It actually goes into the crit rate, which is just glorious. Okay, lovely. I'm going to go ahead and switch this gear on to the Sir Nick just now, and now he's looking much more imposing, and he's going to be able to give us big shields wherever we use him with his A2, which is an attack all enemies, places shield buff on all allies. The value of the shield is equal to damage inflicted. So now another champ, and honestly like one of the huge game changer accounts for just champions for any account in all of Raid is going to be the Cold Hat. In fact, we actually have a second Cold Hat, I think. Yeah, we do. We actually have double Cold Hat on this account. Oh my god, man. In fact, hang on. Were my eyes playing tricks on me just now? Oh my god. There she is, man. Okay, so we actually have Allure as well. So Fire Knight Dungeon is basically solved on this account, right? And we've got the goddamn Allure. I'm not sure what kind of gear she's in. I haven't really checked her out. We've also got double Cold Hat sitting around. Dude, we've got some crazy dungeoneering champs right here, man. Cold Hat, again, is one of those champs that's just absolutely account changing. Pretty accessible, being a rare champion. Avoid rare, albeit, but yeah. Let's see if we can go ahead and boost up her damage a little bit. She's in a 4-stack crit damage amulet. What kind of gear is she wearing? Okay, she's got like accuracy, main stat, chest. Not completely ideal. In fact, accuracy is very, very high indeed. So I guess we are actually using the Cold Heart on this account. Let's see if we can bolster our damage a little bit more. 3-star crit rate gloves. Ooh. Surely we can do a little bit better than that, man. Surely we can do a little bit better than that. Let's see what we can come up with here, man. Okay. So this is what we've got instead. We did actually just end up keeping her in an accuracy chestplate, but it's a different chestplate, giving crit rate, crit damage. You'll also be stealing the boots off of the Jareg, just because it went into a double crit damage roll over here as well. Her accuracy is still going to be fine. It's fine. 176. It's going to be enough for us to progress in the dungeons as to where we are at right now on the account. We're stuck at like stage 13, 14 in most dungeons, and so this is more than enough accuracy. 10 accuracy per stage is the rule, so yeah, once she eventually gets an accuracy banner, it's going to be no problem at all to get like another like 80 or like 85 accuracy or something from the banner. And we're going to get it in some crit damage gauntlets, which you can also roll up right now as well. Also, the Cold Heart only has to be built with 70% crit rate, and she can do just fine because her A3 has an additional 30% chance to crit anyway. So let's go ahead and roll these up. A little bit more crit rate would actually be fine. It actually goes into speed, which is also grand. And I'm going to go ahead and rank these up all the way. Ooh, it's lovely when I've got permission to spend a bit of silver on these accounts, man. I will say that. Let's crank these up to a 12. I think we'll leave them there. We get a bit more crit rate on these, which it's fine. It just makes her a bit better at killing waves because her A2 doesn't have that extra 30% crit chance. So this is still okay. As for the amulet, I would love to go ahead and rank this up, but it's only a 4-star. I don't think we should be taking that up to rank 16. Let's just go ahead and equip up this gear right here. And the other Cold Heart doesn't have any gear equipped at all right now. Okay, so I just went ahead and prepared a build for the second Cold Heart that Mr. Ziegler can go ahead and equip at a future date when he wants to actually start using a double Cold Heart build. It can be pretty damn good into things like Finite. It could be pretty good into things like Spider's Den if you can kill the boss off very, very quickly with like a double or even a... Dude, even a quadruple Cold Heart team can do very, very well indeed into Spider's Den and get extraordinarily quick boss kills in that dungeon. So, yeah, Cold Heart is just one of the... seriously a cheat code. Stupidly powerful rare champion. But yeah, this is the build that we've got laid out. I don't think I'll go ahead and equip it right now because it's going to take some gear off of the Hiker Toon. Also, her crit rate will go up by 5% more when we get the earlier tiers of her masteries farmed up as well. So she will hit the crit cap with this, but I'll just go ahead and leave this set here for now for the Cold Heart, man. And so, to be honest, without even looking at any of the other dungeon teams or what we're running in the other dungeons and stuff like that and what's slowing us down from progressing on this account, I'm just going to go ahead and just call it straight away, man. This Cold Heart should go up to level 60 as quickly as humanly possible. And to be honest, even the second Cold Heart could probably do with going up to level 60 not long after the first one. Having double Cold Heart builds it can be a great asset to bring into multiple dungeon teams. Yeah, she's just a fantastic champion. I think it's kind of a no-brainer that we're probably going to be using her into multiple areas of the game. Speaking of which, man, before we meddle with any more gear, let's just go ahead and put together a dungeon team using the champs that we've got on this account for each of the dungeons. I'm quite excited to get into Fire Knights, but let's take a quick look at our Ice Golem's Peak and to see what we're working with here. So we're actually stuck on stage 15. Doesn't look like it was a very reliable clear beating stage 15 with a clear speed of 422. Tells me that we're probably not farming on stage 15 exactly. We're probably more like stuck on stage 14 here. Dude, before we get to that, man, I just noticed, man. Okay, so we've got multiple champions on this account that are absolute budget game changers. The Cold Heart is, of course, absolutely one of them. Multiple is also better in this case. But the Geomancer as well is, of course, incredible. A clan boss, a clan boss annihilator into all clan bosses, right? Not just Demon Lord, not just Hydra, but even Chimera as well. Geomancer is proving to just be an immense unit to bring. Sadly, we don't have any skill tomes invested in the Geomancer on this account just yet, which makes his HP ban a little bit, well, very long cooldown, actually a 510 cooldown when it's unbugged, and also not 100% land rate on the ban, which not great, right? Getting the bucks into the Geo is kind of crucial to get his A3 booked out to max at least, so that then he's benefiting maximally from his passive, which is just a crap load of reflected max HP damage. Yeah, these two champions right here are just absolute game changers. They're going to be featuring a hell of a lot in our teams, but one champion I didn't pull out. We've also got stock as well. Man, this account is popping. Bivald, it's It's blasting. This is great. This champ right here, my god. Is this champ an absolute dungeon queen? Countess Lix. Never covered this champion in a video before, but it is a legendary I know of, and I know that she brings this. Attacks all enemies 3 times on a A2, each hit with a chance of placing decreased speed debuff for a couple turns. Each hit also has a chance of decreasing the enemy's 10 meter by 10%, and so potentially a 30% 10 meter deleter on this skill. Only drawback is that it's very, very reliant on skill books just to get it down to a 410 cooldown. If it was a 310 cooldown, it would be even better, but 4 turns is still excellent, and this is going to be incredible for handling the waves across basically all of the dungeons, right? Which is like the most important thing. It's easy to build a team to kill the boss once you get to the end of the dungeon, but it's not so easy to build a team to kill the boss that can also get through the waves as you're advancing. The waves of enemies before you get to the boss can start to become a big limiting factor. Countess Lix is going to simply... Dude, she's just going to make sure that these waves just never get a turn. Pretty much. This is going to be an integral champion to the dungeon progression on this account. I don't think there's any other champions that are really great wave controllers on this account, minus Countess Lix. There is an Umbral Enchantress. She's pretty good. She ain't no Countess Lix. I think we're going to go ahead and keep this gal out of the vault as well. And oh my god. Look at all of these bloody teams, man. These are all teams I created last night when I hopped on this account just to do some prep before we got started in here. Yeah, I was running all these teams trying to test some good, like, Demon Lord Clan Boss alternatives. It was rough going, man, but we'll get to Demon Lord Clan Boss in just a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and clear some space right now real quick, and then put together an Ice Golem team. Alright, and this is what we've got for Ice Golem, boys. Now, this team is tough to make work while we don't have legendary books, while we don't have levels, you know, and level 60 on the Countess Lix, just because... It's rough to kill our way through the waves just using Kale as the damage dealer, but Kale is the most apt damage dealer that we have right now. Could the Kale be replaced by, for example, the Stock, maybe, in like future runs using this team? Probably, but yeah, we've got Apothecary for a bit of healing, the increased speed. We've got Countess Lix to help control the waves. Decrease attack debuffs coming in from both Jareg and Rector Drath, as well as just a lot of supporting skills, right? The revive and the heals from the Rector. Very, very nice to have to fall back on. And the Jareg is bringing increased defense and ally protect buffs. Also needs to be fully bugged up on the Jareg as well. But these defensive tools, particularly the decreased attack and the increased defense, very, very crucial indeed for staying alive against the Ice Golem. And just, you know what, slow runs are to be expected against the Ice Golem, man. I think that this team, once it's leveled and bucked, will do just fine into big old Golem. Key is just to take the runs slow so you're not triggering the counter attacks too quickly. I would also recommend, even if this run is like failing like crazy, what we could do is go into the Kale's skills, and on the final round against the boss, we could just go ahead and disable his A2 Acid Rain, because this is kind of notorious for just dealing a crap load of direct damage to the boss instantly and triggering the boss's counterattack. So that is something that we could also think about doing with this team as well. And the idea with setting these teams out is just to give Mr. Ziegler something to sort of build towards on this account. Now, as for Spider's Den, we're stuck on stage 14, and what could we be working with all up and over here? Oh yeah, this is the team that I actually keyed in early that I was kind of curious to try out. So we've never actually cleared stage 15 before ever. Maybe we just go ahead and give this one a try and see if this team can actually pull it off. If I just manual this fight and see what we can do, using the now sort of like rebuilt St. Nicholas, and see what he can get done, man. So we're going to go ahead, pop the increased speed. Very, very good. Ruella's going to come in with the big debuffs against the Spider, which is obviously great, mostly for the decreased defense and the decreased speed. Kale's going to come in, big AoE hit, except at weak hits against a lot of nerds. But then the St. Nicholas is going to come in and hopefully land a stupid amount of damage here and place huge shields on everybody. Now that he has crazy crit damage and pretty high crit chance, at least, and the Cold Heart can come in and start smacking the boss for ridiculous amounts of damage. And this is just a level 50 Cold Heart as well, by the way. Just to stress that. You know what I'm saying? So once this Cold Heart is level 60, she's going to be hitting even harder. We could also think about running 2 Cold Hearts on this team as well. And yeah, the Ruella is just going to be here to decrease the boss's 10 meter too. So I think that this team is in a pretty decent spot. I'm going to attack him with the kill, mostly for the 10 meter decrease here. We can smack in with the Sir Nick. Now it's just about getting the 10 to come back around again. to the Cold Heart for her A3 once more. I don't know if it's going to be doable, but we're going to find out very soon. Okay, the kill is going to be in trouble real quick, but we do get the unkillable buff up from the Sir Nick. And now we're just trying to buy time to get back around to the Cold Heart again. We're also lacking skill books on the Haikatoon too, which is not ideal. Obviously, the kill can't die right now, so that's going to be okay. Bit more 10-meter steel. I'd be pretty damn hyped if we could actually just clear a stage of spider right here that would otherwise be sort of impossible. And that we've never cleared before on this account, you know? No way. I don't think we're going to be quite fast enough, man. The Syndic's going to get the big shields off here. Oh my god, we're just fast enough. Yes! Okay, lovely, man. We actually cleared stage 15 for the very first time on this account. But this just shows the power of the Cold Heart, man. And so, yeah, the team that I'm going to lock in on this account for clearing Spider's Den is going to obviously include the Cold Heart. Maybe even just double Cold Hearts. Like the Sen Nick can maybe stick around for a little bit more just for that huge shield, giving us some easy progression options. But skill books in the Haikatoon are also going to be great for getting around to just using increased speed even faster. Multiple Cold Hearts, maybe another Cold Heart instead of the kill, for example. The Ruella for a weaken and a decreased defense stuff is great for Spider's Den for just maximizing the damage that the Cold Hearts are doing to the boss. So let's go ahead, man, and actually just design a team here that Mr. Ziegler can use. Okay, so I think the Spider team will probably look a little bit something like this. We could, until we can get like the Cold Hearts really firing and consistently blast the boss down, have like one champion instead of the Sir Nick that can control all of the Spiderlings and just like stun all of the Spiderlings or something like that. Then we might have to swap out one of the Cold Hearts for just a very, very powerful nuker that can just one-shot all of the spiders. Kale, not quite sure if he's going to be able to get the job done. Dude, let's go ahead and try this into stage 16 as well. Now that the Kale is actually able to, like, strong hit against the Spiderlings, maybe we'll actually be able to pull it off. Who knows? It all kind of comes down to can Kale one-shot the Spiderlings here. Nah, he can't. Yeah. Sadly not going to work out for us in this run, man. We've seen a more powerful nuker than the Kale, and, you know, again, if we can get a better controller than this Nick to just control all of the Spiderlings and not necessarily kill them off, then we could just run double Cold Heart in this, and then we're really, really pumping in terms of kill speed against the Spider at that stage. But, you know, man, I think that the team as it stands was looking pretty okay. As for the Dragon Dungeon, we're doing a little bit better, man, at stage 16, which is understandable. We have a lot of good poison damage, HP burners, all of that on the account. The Geo might be the weak link in this team. If there's one dungeon boss he's not that amazing against, it's probably Dragon. And again, he's much more of a specialist, to be honest, for me, at least in my view, into the clan boss bosses. And so let's see what we can come up with for Dragon instead. I think the rest of the team is looking pretty good here. And okay, for the Dragon team, this is probably something that I'd be gunning towards if we can get away with it. A few interchangeable parts in here until the Countess Lix is able to get like complete wave control, right? She's nice and fast. Good accuracy, is level 60, is fully skill bucked up, then we could just swap her out for the Sir Nick instead, and at least he's going to keep us alive against the waves with the unkillable buffs and the shields and stuff like that. But ideally, if we could, for faster clears and stuff, Countess Lix is going to be great. As for the kill, we could also swap the kill out for the stock once the stock is likewise, you know, booked up and is level 60 and all of that good stuff. But for now, you know, the Kill has his masteries. He's level 60. You know, he's awakened a little bit. His poisons are going to be just as good as Stock's against the boss for now, until Stock is actually bucked up and is able to start activating his poisons very, very quickly and stuff. But yeah, Dragon, it's the opposite of Ice Golem. You just try to kill the boss as quickly as possible. Poisons are great. Max health damage from the Cold Heart is going to be amazing here as well. Decreased defense from the Ugo here is going to be crucial and clutch for us as well, for just drastically speeding up the kill against the Dragon. It's a little bit of an enraged timer boss, so that is the team I would be gunning towards for the Dragon Dungeon. And as for Fire Knight, we've covered Fire Knight a few times before, man, but hey, this one is all about building a team of, well, a team of two halves, really. A team of champs, one half of which is going to deal with the waves, and the other half that's going to deal with the Fire Knight itself. And here we have what I would recommend to be our team going into Fire Knight. Actually, if we just look back over the past few teams, we've got like 5 instances of Cold Heart. Just kind of noticed. Yeah. She's just ridiculous. She's just ridiculous. That's all there is to it, really. Yeah, finite, double cold heart, multiple quadruple hitters from these two gals. Going to help us out a hell of a lot against the boss itself. We've also got the Razzlevag kind of in pole position for his ally speed aura in all battles by 20%. Lovely. He also brings a lot of multi-hitters, and he also brings an increased speed buff as well for our whole team as well. So this is another great champion just to sort of build out anyway on the account. And yeah, he's going to be great for us into finite as well. So just very lovely stuff. In addition, of course, Counter Slicks is going to help us control the waves, decrease defense from the Tyrell, as well as the AoE attacks coming in from the Cold Hearts. We should be able to get through the waves decently enough, easily enough, you know. We've got a lot of speed boosts coming in from Razzlevag as well. We should have the waves very nicely under control if this team gets fully booked up. And yeah, the Tyrell is also going to bring a little bit of 10 meter decrease against the finite boss itself also. And actually, so is Counter Slicks as well. I totally forgot about that, man. But yeah, triple hitter, decreased speed, decreased defense, not decreased defense, but decreased 10 meter is also going to be great as well against finite too. That should be a team, honestly, once fully built out, pretty easily get this account to stage 20. And so the moral of the story so far is that if you got a cold heart on your account, just build it. Don't even ask questions, man. She's just too good, right? Second moral of the story, Geomancer is an absolute clan boss god. However, when currently unbooked, I'm actually kind of struggling to find him super useful ahead of Farrakhan into clan boss on this account, man. So let's move on to Demon Lord clan boss real quick, and a few words on this. While Geomancer is kind of unbelievable into Demon Lord clan boss, and he does an incredible job, and it's pretty much all because of his passives, by the way. Like, his A3 is great, places HP burn, places the weaken debuff. Actually, those are two awesome debuffs, to be fair, to bring on the A3. I don't want to talk those down, but when he's not fully bucked up and he's not placing this HP burn, or he's placing it very infrequently because of the long cooldown, it becomes a little bit of a problem. First off, his passive reads decrease the damage all allies receive by 15% and deflects that damage onto each enemy under an HP burn debuff placed by this champion. The HP burn debuff is not active or it fails to land, right? Got problems. Suddenly the Geomancer is doing very little. Actually, he's doing almost nothing at all. It becomes a huge problem for the champ, right? Whenever this champion is attacked, deflects 30% of the damage instead. When deflecting damage on each enemy hit, has a chance of dealing additional damage equal to 3% of the target's max HP. This is where he's going to be pumping crazy damage against Hydra, Demon Lord, Chimera. You know, this passive is huge, but only if he's getting the HP burn off. And so for that reason, when it comes to the Demon Lord clan boss team, this is what Ziegler is running right now. This is the team I actually found the most success with, just completely dropping the Geomancer and just getting the Finn in there instead, who also brings Weaken, by the way. And we've already got the HP burn coming in from the Farrakhan. And remember, for Geomancer's passive to work and to be functional, it needs to be the Geomancer's HP burn debuff that has been placed. It doesn't work, it won't trigger Geomancer's passive if it's the Farrakhan's HP burn that's placed. And the Farrakhan's just doing a better job in this team as of right now. Now, an experiment that I did run using that team involved speeding up the Skull Crusher a little bit. Where the hell is he, man? Yeah, I actually experimented with the guy in a slightly faster set, just changing his weapon to actually boost up his speed by like 20 or like 24 speed. I also even tried him in a reflex set, man, with mixed results to say the least. But we were able to increase clan boss damage by a little bit by just getting the Skull Crusher faster and by switching out the Geomancer, which is crazy because I know the whole point of this video is Geomancer and Cold Heart are the two best budget, you know, account carry champions in all of Raid Shadow Legends, and now we're swapping him out of the team. But yeah, as soon as the Geomancer on this account is fully booked up, he's gonna find his way straight back into this team, man. But I guess like the key lesson here is, don't be fooled into including a champion in your team just because, you know, they always appear at the top of like a YouTuber's tier list or something like that. It's not always the case. Geomancer is one of the best epic champions in the game. Maybe even the best epic champion in the game, depending on what you're looking for. But that doesn't mean that he just fits automatically into a Demon Lord team. When he's fully booked up, he'll probably replace... actually, he'll probably replace the Farrakhan, to be honest. But yeah, into Demon Lord Clan Boss with this team... Well, generally as the team that we were running beforehand, Ziegler's team, he would be hitting Demon Lord Clan Boss for like 14 million, 15 million, sometimes 16 million damage. With this team, I was able to get things up to about 17 million. So it's like a marginal increase in damage. Not a huge amount. I won't quick battle this. We'll just go ahead and let it play out for just a second. And yeah, just taking advantage of the Skull Crusher's counterattack and relying more so on the Farrakhan's HP burn and just ditching the Geomancer. And so, yeah. This is how the damage pans out. I'll catch up with you guys at the end of the bout. And alright, man. We are barreling towards that 17 million damage. Looking pretty solid. It's not that much of a damage increase into Demon Lord. Frankly, we've just got a lot of damn good Demon Lord debuffers, damage dealers and stuff on the account. What we're really lacking now is something like a, I don't know, Man-Eater, Painkeeper, Unkillable setup. Some Infinity Wixwell clan boss action, you know, something like that, right? Like the Wixwell or like the Man-Eater, like Unkillable style team setup that we can maybe throw in like the Fane and the Geomancer as damage dealers and really take this clan boss team to a whole other level. Right now we're doing a pretty damn good job, I think, of just capping out, you know, with what damage that we've got right now and just doing our best with the limited tools that we have on the account right now. Again, a lot of really good clan boss damage dealers, nothing in the ways of building like a good unkillable team and stuff just yet. And so, alright, man, final summary on this account. To be honest, just max up the cold hats as quick as possible. There's a case to be made for maybe taking up the Allura for use in Fire Knight. I don't know, man. I feel like with the Ruella and double cold hat, the Allura might not even be necessary at all. The cold hats are much easier to build out because they're rare champions, and so the fact that we've got two with the suckers, I'd say just go ahead and build these out as soon as possible. Next, basically all of our epic skill tomes probably want to go into the Geomancer, in my opinion. Then you can eventually replace somebody on the clan boss team, boost their damage by quite a bit. He's going to be a great damage dealer to build in a reflex set for use in Hydra as well, and just to get him spamming his A3 as much as humanly possible into Hydra clan boss. He can do a great job to spreading these all-important debuffs every single turn. He's going to be great. Then I'd recommend actually putting your epic skill tomes into Jareg after the Geomancer, because yeah, this guy's going to be very good indeed with the reduced cooldown on his A2. It's all just about the reduced cooldown on the A2. It might stick one skill book to get this done if we get lucky, you know. Could happen. But yeah, this guy's going to be great for some Ice Golem progression. These are just big buffs to bring into Ice Golem and just shear up that team a hell of a lot. As for legendaries, Countess, Lix, yeah, I take this gal up to 60 as quick as possible, man. After the cold hearts, of course. But yeah, this champion, she's so squishy, dude. Like, her base health is nothing. Her base defense is just exceptionally low as well. I mean, these are level 50 stats, of course. But while she is a bit of a squish, her ability to control waves when built out to be very fast is just kind of second to none. I mean, this is crazy as hell, man. Triple hit, a 10-meter reduction, decreased speed debuff. Yeah. Amazing stuff into basically all waves of enemies across all of the dungeons, and it's going to get our all-important cult hearts to the Fire Knight boss, right, to get done what they need to get done. So yeah, Countess Lix for me is going to be an integral build on this account as well. Now, being a couple of months in, of course there's only so much I could actually do in this takeover in terms of just progressing through dungeon stages and stuff like that, right? A lot of this is just going to come down to leveling champs and, most importantly, getting skill bucks spent into champions. So yeah, all the same, man, I do hope that this video was helpful to some of y'all watching. I hope I was at least able to give some pointers in terms of, you know, what kind of champions you got to build out to progress through the dungeons. You know, it's not just all about the boss killers, it's about the wave controllers as well, and the defensive options too, man. So, hell. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you all did enjoy this one, man. If you did, make sure you hit a like on the video. And of course, if you're looking to get involved in this series yourself, then make sure to jumpstart your new account using my beginner promo link down below to get your hands on Ugo, as well as 3 additional epic champions. Insane beginner promo link that will also get you a priority pass to get involved in this series. All right. Thanks for watching, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I'm going to catch all of y'all just a tad bit later, man.